Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another Food Diaries video. So today I'm going to start off with Soyrizo with eggs. Soyrizo is very similar to chorizo, it's just made with soy. And all I did was took like about half a stick of the Soyrizo, put it in the pan with some shishito peppers and some white onion, and I'm just going to saute that up real quick until it's nice and warm and cooked through. And then I have some egg whites over here with bell pepper, salt and pepper, just some seasonings. This is so good, so delicious, and I just had it with about 1/4 of an avocado and some coffee, of course. The next thing is just a simple green salad. Here I just have spinach, some tomatoes, cucumbers, a red onion, hemp seeds, avocado, red bell pepper, and I topped it off with salt, pepper, avocado oil, and lemon juice. Very quick, very easy, very delicious. You can just throw whatever you'd like. It's just a Mod Podge of things, and it's very healthy for you. The next thing is a loaded sweet potato. So I try to usually get potatoes that are about the same size. I had a little bit of trouble finding that this time around, but it's fine. It worked out well. It didn't really matter. And all I did was wash the potato skins, and then I'm going to use a knife, and I'm just going to poke holes all over the potato, and then I'm going to throw it in the microwave. I put it on the potato button. I pressed it twice since there's two, so it was about 8.5 minutes or so. You can also bake this in the oven, but I found that it takes a lot longer. Now I'm going to prep some of the things I'm going to cook up to put inside the potatoes. I have some chopped up mushrooms, red onion, and shishito peppers. This stuff is so good, but you can put in whatever you would like, even like Brussels sprouts, asparagus, whatever you'd like. If you just dice it up in like a really tiny pieces, I found that basically anything works. I also have this organic vegetarian chili that I got at Trader Joe's, and I'm just going to dump it in the pan with all my other yummy goodies. And I just sauteed the peppers, the mushrooms, and the onion beforehand, just a little bit, not too much. And then I'm gonna just heat this up. You can also use your own chili that you have made before. It doesn't have to be this one. Whatever you'd like, you can just throw in. And now my toppings are going to be some sour cream, chili onion crunch, some green onion, and cilantro. I don't really have measurements for any of my food because honestly I just eyeball everything and just kind of go with what I think I need with the amount I need. So I'm really sorry if there's no actual measurements for these. That's just how I cook. Now I'm going to cut the potatoes in half, put a little bit of butter there, and I'm going to just kind of rough up the edges with a fork and just make room for all the yummy goodies that's going to go inside of it. And then I'm going to take my little chili mixture and I'm going to divide it evenly amongst the two potatoes. This is honestly so good and so delicious. I love making this. Then I'm going to top it off with some sour cream. I feel like I went a little heavy on the sour cream this time around. I don't know, I usually don't put this much, but whatever. Gonna put some of the chili onion crunch on top, and then I'm going to add some cilantro and green onion. Ooh, so good. I love fresh herbs on top. I feel like it just kicks it up another notch. That's my loaded sweet potato. So good, so healthy, so delicious. And the next thing to make is these shishito peppers, and this is what I'm gonna do just as a snack. Ever since I discovered these at Trader Joe's, I've been obsessed with them. They look very similar to jalapeno peppers, but they are not as spicy. Occasionally you get one that's spicy, but they're more smoky. So what I'm gonna do is get a hot pot, and I'm gonna put some olive oil in there and just throw them in. And I put the pot on like medium-high heat because you want them to kind of blister and char a bit. You want them to really soften up. So you don't want them to like burn necessarily, although I did burn some, but it still tastes really good. And you're just going to cook them for a couple of minutes and see how they're charring and kind of blistering. That's what you want. And all I did was season it with some salt and pepper, and that's it. I find it so good just like that. It's very like smoky, kind of crunchy, and just so good. You can also make this with some soy sauce and garlic, but I didn't do it this time. I was just too lazy. This was just a lot quicker. The next snack is jicama. I got this at Ralph's. I got this as a whole like root thing. I'm not sure if it's a root, but it looks like it to me. It looks like a giant white radish, I guess. And I just peeled it and cut it into pieces. You can also get this pre-chopped at Ralph's and at Trader Joe's if that's just easier for you, but I like getting the whole thing. I feel like I get a bigger bang for my buck. And all I'm going to do is add a little bit of lime juice and tajin, which is like this chili powder with salt. It is so good. Another great thing to add into it is hot sauce and lemon juice, or you can do hot sauce, lemon juice, and tajin. That may be a lot, but it's still really good. Jicama is so good, and it tastes like a raw potato on its own, which I think is still really yummy. So you kind of do want to season it. It's also really good in stir fry. Now the next thing is easy orange chicken. So what I do is I start off with some broccoli, shishito peppers, onion, and red bell pepper. I think I did about 1/3 cup of each. I'm not sure. Again, I just eyeball a bunch of these things. And so I chopped them all up, but I do like it on the bigger side. I like my pieces to be a little bigger. And I'm just going to grab a big skillet and I'm going to put it on about medium heat, throw in some olive oil in there. And I'm going to cook my chicken first. So I got this orange chicken from Trader Joe's. It is so good. It comes with 2 packs of sauces as well. I'm going to use about half a bag. And I'm just going to have that chicken cook first. Just a little bit, enough to kind of get warm. And then I'm going to throw in my veggies. And I like to add some of my own seasoning. So I like to add some garlic powder. And I love adding sesame oil. I feel like it just gives it such a good flavor. Amazing. But again, these are optional. It comes with a sauce. And I'm just gonna stir it around for a little bit. And you want to cook it open first for it to kind of get crispy, and then you're going to want to cover it with a lid so that it maintains like the juiciness of everything and like the flavors all just kind of compile together. Then after about 4 to 5 minutes, I'm going to take the lid off. I'm going to throw in this sauce that it comes with, and it defrosts really quickly, so you don't have to worry about it. And then I'm just going to throw it into the pan, and then all you're going to do is just stir everything around, make sure everything is nice and coated. This is such a simple recipe because it pretty much already comes with everything that you need. If you're even lazier, honestly, just throw the chicken, cook it through, throw in the sauce, and you're pretty much good to go. Now, I'm not having it with noodles or rice, I'm just having it with the vegetables, but it is so delicious with some noodles and rice, so if you'd like to cook that on the side, you're more than welcome to. It is absolutely yummy. But today I decided I just wanted it with some veggies, and that's it. And then I'm just going to top it off with sriracha and the chili onion crunch. And that's it. Nice, quick, easy, delicious. Oh, so good. Now the next thing we make is borscht, which is a Russian beet soup. It's very traditional in Eastern Europe. And all I'm going to do is wash and peel and chop some potatoes. I think I have about 4 medium potatoes, and I believe I threw about 6 to 8 cups of water. Again, I eyeball everything, so I can't really tell you the exact measurements, I'm sorry, but it's about that much. And then I peeled and grated carrots and beets. You want to make sure you have about the same amount of potatoes, carrots, and beets. I find that ratio just 1 to 1 to 1 the most delicious. Otherwise, it gets a little too watery and just not very flavorful. I don't know. I just find that to be the best. And then what you're going to do is heat up a skillet, and you're going to throw the beets and carrots in there, and you're going to want to cook that up first so that they get nice and soft. You don't want to be throwing the raw beets and carrots into the soup mixture yet. And then the next thing I did was chop up onion and throw that in as well. And you want to just saute everything, make it all nice and cooked and soft. Next thing we're going to do is add some tomato paste. If you like it very tomatoey, you can add the entire jar. I just did about half. And you're going to add that into the beets and carrots. I also threw in a bay leaf into the water. It just adds a nice flavor to it. And you're going to want to boil the potatoes and make sure they're nice and soft. And as it starts to boil, I threw in this green shredded cabbage. I just bought it pre-cut. I just found it easier. I don't eat cabbage very often, so I didn't need too much of it. And then when it starts to boil up again, you're going to throw in the beet, carrot, and onion mixture into the pot. So make sure you have a large enough pot to get all these ingredients together. And then all I'm going to do is stir it up and I'm going to cook it just a little longer so that all the flavors can combine. Now this is a vegetarian version. This is typically how I prefer it. If you would like to do it with meat, beef is the best option in my opinion. You just cook the beef first in the water, take it out, shred it, and then throw in the potatoes. And then all I did was throw in some fresh dill and some green onion. And at this point, I'm going to turn off the heat and just let it kind of finish cooking on its own. And that's it. That's all there is to it. It's yummy, delicious, very good for you. The beets are especially good for you and your blood and your liver and everything. And once you serve it in a bowl, you can add some sour cream into it. I personally love just the flavor of beets, but if it's a little too intense for you or if you want it a little more creamy, you can definitely add sour cream at the end. And that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you try out some of these recipes, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!